Motorbikes come in many shapes and sizes, and all of them have their place and uses. But today we're going to look at the 5 biggest engine production motorbikes you can buy right now. Anything under 1800cc doesn't cut it. Hello and welcome to Moto Chatter. Let's dive into the details. Starting with the smallest, we have the BMW R18, which along with the R18 Classic was launched last year. New for this year are 2 long-distance touring versions of the R18, the R18 Transcontinental and the R18B, which has a bagger style. All of the R18s use the same 1802 flat twin or boxer engine, which is the most powerful BMW boxer twin engine ever produced. It is putting out 91 horsepower at 4,750 RPM and produces peak torque of 166.5 pound-foot at 3,000 RPM, and the torque curve stays above 110 pound-foot all the way from 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. It has a bore of 107.1mm, a stroke of 100mm and a compression ratio of 9.6 to 1. The R18 has a 6-speed gearbox with a shaft final drive. It has 49mm telescopic forks and a single shock at the rear. You'll find a 19-inch front wheel and a 16-inch rear, and dual 4-piston calipers on 300mm discs to slow you down after all that torque propels you forwards. Fully fueled, the R18 Transcontinental weighs in at 427 kilograms, being the heaviest in the R18 range. It has a 10.25 inch screen along with cruise control, 3 rider modes, hill start control, engine torque control, stability control, keyless ride, all-round LED lighting and a Marshall sound system as standard. All the R18s come with a 3-year warranty, and prices for the Transcontinental in the UK start at £23,300. with the R18B starting at a significantly cheaper £16,990. Prices for the US, Spain and Australia are on screen now. Next up is the 1833cc Honda GL 1800 Goldwing. It also has a flat or boxer cylinder configuration, but the big Honda is a 6-cylinder 24-valve monster. It has a square bore and stroke of 73mm by 73mm and a compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. It is putting out 125 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 125 pound-foot of torque at 4,500 RPM. There is a base model, essentially a bagger style, and a full tour option which has a top case that will take 2 full-face helmets. You can choose between a 6-speed manual with electronic reverse or a 7-speed dual-clutch auto that has a paddle trigger on the left bar for manually actuated shifting. It also has a creep forward or creep back mode for manoeuvring. The Goldwing has double wishbone front suspension on a single shock up front, no forks here, and ProLink rear suspension along with a single-sided swing arm and a shaft final drive. The full tour version weighs in at 366 kilograms wet for the manual and 1 kilogram more for the dual clutch transmission. Brakes are 6-piston calipers on 320mm discs with an 18-inch front wheel and a 16-inch rear. Equipment includes 4 rider modes, a 7-inch screen, cruise control, electronically adjustable windscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, LED lighting with self-cancelling indicators, 2 USB sockets and hill start assist. The dual clutch transmission also has a start-stop function. Pricing is on screen now, and with that 6-cylinder engine the Honda is sure to be silky smooth. Next up is the Indian Roadmaster Dark Horse, which runs the Thunderstroke 116 engine. As its name gives away, it is 116 cubic inches, which is 1,890cc. The 116 engine is available in the Chieftain and Springfield models as well, but we will focus on the Roadmaster Dark Horse for now. The Thunderstroke engine is a monster V-twin putting out 126 pound-foot of torque at just 2,900 RPM and has peak power of 92 horsepower. It is electronically fuel injected and has a bore and stroke of 103.2 by 113mm with a compression ratio of 11:1. The Roadmaster has a 6-speed gearbox and in dark horse trim weighs in at 389 kilograms. It has twin 4-piston calipers biting 300mm discs with a 19-inch front wheel and 16-inch rear. 46mm forks and a rear monoshock with air adjust help smooth the ride. It has a 7-inch touchscreen with Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay. You get cruise control, LED lights, a tire pressure monitoring system, heated grips, keyless ignition, a USB port, rear cylinder deactivation and a 200-watt sound system, all as standard. The Roadmaster comes with a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty and starts in the UK in dark horse trim at £26,195. Harley-Davidson have 2 engines over 1800cc in their production lineup, the Milwaukee 8 114 and the Milwaukee 8 117. The 114 is 114 cubic inches or 1868cc and puts out 122 pound-foot of torque and is available in a number of their production touring and cruiser models. We will focus on the bigger 117, which is 1923cc. It is available through Harley-Davidson CVO or Custom Vehicle Operations line, where the bikes are customized by the factory for the buyer. There are 3 bikes in this range: the CVO Street Glide, the CVO Road Glide and the CVO Limited, a transcontinental cruiser. In each of these bikes, this massive V-twin 4-valve per cylinder electrically fuel injected engine is putting out 125 pound-foot of torque at 3,500 rpm, and it has a bore of 104mm, a stroke of 114mm with a compression ratio of 10.2:1. The Harley-Davidson CVO Limited weighs in at 428 kilograms wet. It comes with a tire pressure monitoring system, cruise control, traction control, a rain mode, vehicle hold control, LED lights and an electronic outlet, amongst other things. The CVO Limited could be the ultimate continent crosser with all that Harley-Davidson heritage backing it up. In the UK, it starts at £37,495. But Harley-Davidson do build a bigger engine, the Screaming Eagle 131. Yes, 131 cubic inches or 2,147cc. It is not available in any of their production bikes as it is supplied as a crate motor, but you can, for a fee, have Harley drop one in your Harley-Davidson as long as it's done at an official Harley-Davidson dealer. Your warranty will not be affected. The Screaming Eagle 131 has high lift cams, high compression pistons, CNC ported heads and a 64mm throttle body. As well as being 131 cubic inches, it is putting out 131 pound-foot of torque. But at 2,147cc, although big, and it does have the biggest cylinders on this list, the Screaming Eagle is not the biggest production engine available. The Triumph Rocket 3 has that crown, available in 2 model variants, the GT with wider bars and forward mounted foot pegs and the R with mid mounted foot pegs and more of a roadster stance. Both have the same 2,500cc inline 3-cylinder double overhead cam engine, putting out 165 horsepower at 6,000 rpm and a torque figure to embarrass every other bike on this list: 163 pound-foot of torque at 4,000 rpm. Bore and stroke are 110.2mm by 85.9mm with a compression ratio of 10.8:1. The big Triumph has a 6-speed gearbox and comes with cornering traction control and cornering ABS. It has 4 rider modes, all-round LED lighting, cruise control, hill hold control, keyless ignition, heated grips and a USB charger as standard, with many other options available as well. It has a 17-inch front wheel, a 16-inch rear, a single-sided swing arm and a shaft final drive. It runs on 47mm shower upside down forks with a fully adjustable shower rear monoshock, and it is stopped by twin Brembo Styler monoblock calipers on 320mm discs. The Rocket 3R weighs in dry at 291 kilograms, with the GT coming in 3 kilograms heavier. Prices in the UK start at £20,200, with other prices on screen now. The Triumph Rocket 3 is not only the king in this list in terms of engine size, power and torque, but also in performance. It is capable of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.73 seconds. Pretty outstanding for a bike that comes in at over 300 kilograms with all its fluids. Would you go for the Rocket 3, or would you prefer a Harley or an Indian? Maybe you like the BMW or the 6-cylinder smoothness of the Honda. For me, it would be the Rocket 3, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video and learnt something new. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Check out the links on screen for more now, and remember to subscribe for plenty more motorcycle videos each week. But whatever you do, have a great day, and thanks for watching.